Hello everyone, my name is Joshua. This is the 110th video of my video journal series. Today's date is Friday, the 29th of May, 2026. How's everyone been? I've been pretty good, thank you. And I'll start with how my day's been. My day's been, very good. And I didn't do much today. I actually went out to the city. I know I said I didn't do much, but for me, going out to the city really isn't much because I'm usually just walking around taking photos, and video for my own, I guess, archive. Because if you may not know, I am, more of a, I guess, an amateur, um, would you call archivist or photographer? I guess kind of both, because I like taking photos and videos, and I've been storing those photos and videos away on my hard drive. Just basically pictures and videos and um, just all around Sydney. And hopefully in the future, that I guess material will be useful. Maybe not now, but maybe in like 20 or 30 years. It provide a glimpse of the past. And that's another, I guess, long form um, project I'm doing. It's just taking photos of everyday life and really documenting the world around me. And I guess that's today's theme, looking around you. I feel like I mentioned earlier on in this series, I feel like we're too absorbed in the past and the future. We're constantly thinking about the past, we're constantly thinking about the future, but we're not really thinking about the present. We're not really looking around us properly. And I feel like, nowadays it's easy to get caught up in, all the news that's happening around the world. But we should really focus on, I guess, the opportunities that are close to us. I'm looking for a job right now, so I'm looking at any opportunities near the area or in the CBD or whatever, just to get a job. Just looking at all the opportunities, looking around me, saying, all right, which um, you know, who can I contact in order to get this job, sort of thing. Do I have any social connections with people who might be able to get me a job? Do I have a phone number to this business that I went into a while ago? Do I have a job opportunity there, sort of thing? You never know. And I've been like trying, but I'm yet to no avail. And I guess it does take time, especially in today's economy, And I guess my commentary on this will be an archive in of itself. Provide a glimpse into the past of what the year 2026 like. The year what was the year. Sorry, I should rephrase what the year 2026 was like in terms of trying to find a job. In that case, pretty hard, I'll tell you that. Pretty hard. And obviously, it's still, I guess, quote unquote early days, but hopefully I'll land a job soon. But yeah, I've been just looking at all the opportunities around me. And within life, we every single day we have to look at the opportunities that's close to us, look at the things that are happening around us, it could apply to opportunities, it could apply to news, it could apply to anything in your life, what's happening with, I guess, your friends and relatives and um, perhaps your work or your school or anything like that, because I feel like, yeah, again, we're so caught up with what's happening nationally and internationally that we don't really, I guess, at least this applies for me, but um, maybe, I don't know, you've gone through a similar sort of thing where you don't really, I guess, focus on your own personal life, you know? And I feel like, obviously, now I'm just trying to, I guess, focus in terms of my personal life. I'm trying to, like, focus in the sense that I'm trying to, like, document it, I'm trying to document, like, my experiences, through this video journal series, obviously, but, taking photos and videos and I guess really seizing the opportunity to do that now, to start my archive now rather than later. Because the earlier you start an archive, I guess, the more things you'll be able to cover. You would have, I guess, you know, what's the saying? best time to plant a tree is now, sort of thing. If you want to start an archive, I suggest doing it now. Um, you know, because history is constantly being made. You got to seize that opportunity around you. Um, to I guess plant that seed and start the archive now, sort of thing. Um, and to really, I guess, write a journal, keep some form of documentation of your everyday life. Because I feel like part of why we value history is because we don't really, I guess, think about history in the present. If that makes any sense, we don't really focus on, I guess, what's happening well, at least what's happening in your own specific life, like 20 years from now. You're just, I guess, like, at least this is for me, right? I'm just like sitting here talking in front of a camera, or I might be, in my room just playing games or writing something. I don't really think about that. Like, I just do the action, you know. Um, but I like to think, in 20 years' time, what if I get that specific memory of me playing games in my room or writing down something? I'm like, that's a very vivid memory, and it just captures that everyday life sort of thing, because you're just, I guess, locked in, as the youngsters like to call it, into a task that you don't really think about its historical value at all. And I guess something's only valuable once it's gone, once you can't return back to your, 20s. You value that because it's a distinct period of your life that no matter what, you can't really get back. So that's why, you should, I guess, document at least some aspect of your everyday life or create some sort of archive to preserve that sort of history if you want it, obviously. But that's what I'm trying to do, and obviously, to really, I guess, focus in the present, take the opportunities around you. I mentioned about like archiving your everyday life, but really focus yet again on the present, which is something I mentioned a few weeks ago, I believe. And yeah, like that's what I've been trying to do. I've got a decent library, or should I say, collection of videos and photos, starting as early as 2012. I've been taking pictures since 2012 on my Nintendo DSi XL. I've been taking pictures for 14 years. So yeah, it's been a while, but I've only taken it quote unquote professionally since I got like um, was probably my second smartphone, which was in 2019. Um, because the first smartphone I had was a Huawei, and then I think my second one, I don't know the specific year I got it, but I'm sure it was around 2019. I started taking a lot of photos when I was in that and videos um, in 2019, including my visit to Sydney Comic Con in 2019. I might upload some photos and videos from that maybe in the future because that event was already, oh my god, thinking about it, that was 7 years ago as of recording this. 7 years ago, I went to my first ever Comic Con. Wow, like it is, like, honestly mind blowing that 7 years have passed since 2019. In a few years' time, 3 years' time, that'll already be a decade. Yeah, that is, oh man. It's just surreal thinking about that now, but in the future, it's going to be even more surreal. Um, Obviously, I took a lot of photos and videos during 2020 and 2021. Same with 22, 23, 24, and ever since, I guess, 2019, I've been taking a lot of photos and videos. So some of it already has historical value. But, yeah, I guess now, I've been really, like, ramping it up. I got my Canon R50 camera, so I can take a lot more, I guess, better quality videos and photos on that. Um, and obviously, I've got my regular smartphone, and it's my regular smartphone's okay, but I like the picture quality on the Canon a lot better. And I guess I've been seizing that opportunity to start recording now, rather than later. And I can't believe it's already been like what 3 months since I started this video journal series, but yet so much has happened, I guess. So yeah, I guess starting 3 months ago was a good opportunity rather than starting it now because I've had so much to talk about in those like 3 months of my life. Um, you know, Maybe I could have started a video journal series a lot earlier, but I think starting it right before I turned 20 was a good idea. Plan on. I was originally planning on starting this series on my 20th birthday, but I was like, "Now, just start it now." But within about 1 month gap, a lot happened, and I was able to talk about it on camera. So, um, yeah, what better time to start an archive than now? And obviously, I still got a long way to go, something like what, like 7,000 videos of me talking in front of the camera. But yeah, I guess I'll move on to what else has happened. What else did I do today? I went to the grocery store. I got a few snacks, and I actually got a mini. I wouldn't call it can. I got a tin of anchovy. Yeah, because it comes in these like mini tins. I haven't had anchovy in a long time, but yeah, I got some anchovy. I just got one packet, and it's really nice. I'm a big anchovy person. I like its saltiness, and I had like a mini sandwich that I made at home with some onion, tomato, lettuce, wrapped up with anchovy, and yeah, it was really nice. I bought some like other snacks as well, and yeah, like obviously I like peanut M&Ms, so I also got some peanut M&Ms. And obviously I was in yet again the city today, taking some photos and videos on my mini archive thing. Um, what else happened? No, that's pretty much it. I woke up pretty late today. I woke up at like 11 o'clock. I remember looking at I think it was my watch. That I had on my bedside table. I was like, "Oh my god, it's 11 o'clock!" Oh man, and obviously, like I try to make every day count, sort of thing. I don't like waking up 11 o'clock in the morning. For me, I like waking up even on a day off. Maybe like 8 or 9, because you waste like so much of the morning if you wake up early. Oh, if you wake up late, sorry. If you wake up late, you waste so much of the morning, and that's like daylight just gone. As much as I am a night person, I do like the nighttime. I must admit, though, you know, you can't really gain those extra hours of daylight. Sleeping in late just means like obviously if you're not planning on doing anything, that's good. But if you're planning on like going somewhere, it means you already have less hours of daylight to do that sort of thing. Um, so yeah, I always like to maximize my day. So I like to just wake up a bit early. Maybe not like 6 o'clock, but if I have a day off, maybe like 9 o'clock, because it takes a while for me to get started in the mornings. I tell you. So yeah, and what else? What else? Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I guess I have nothing really planned for the rest of the week. Obviously, I still got to clean out my room. I've been holding that off. I've done like the first bit of it, but I still got to continue. And obviously, yeah, I need to fix up my YouTube channel. I need to add all the descriptions into the videos. I need to um, upload everything that I made so far onto a hard drive because right now it's on my computer. So I must probably spend Saturday doing that, just cleaning, and then Sunday I don't have really anything to do either. Um, so yeah, I guess at least right now that I have planned, who knows, things might pop up and all that. Um, and then yeah, next week Monday. Oh, it's a little bit too early to tell for Monday. We haven't even hit the weekend yet, but Monday next week I still have nothing, I guess, quote unquote planned. But who knows? Maybe a job opportunity will pop up. Maybe I'll be finally able to land a job because right now in today's economy, yeah, it's quite hard. I guess that's how it is here in 2026. Um, and I think, obviously you see a lot of job listings and all that, but you try applying to those places and they rarely phone you back or contact you back. And only chance that you do get an interview is usually one of those like group interviews. I've done group interviews before. And, they always say, oh, yeah, we'll contact people who are successful and all that, and you're just waiting for weeks and weeks, and then you get nothing, and then you try contacting them back, and they say, "Oh yeah, we didn't hire you." I'm like, can't you just send me a nice message saying sorry, but we didn't hire you? It just, you know, I guess it cuts down on time. Like, it just get to the chase, get to the point of it, so then I can move on and you know, move on and search somewhere else, instead of getting my hopes up and holding off job opportunities just in case like this job, um, replies back. Oh, not this job. The job's not like a physical object. In case this company replies back to me, sort of thing. Cut to the chase. um, and yeah, I guess like obviously now, a lot of people are still hit hard by all the economic crises that are happening here in 2026. Cost of groceries have gone up, fuel, all that sort of thing. And I like to imagine how the year 2026 is really remembered in the history books. Um, or just the 2020s. Oh man, the 2020s have really been very, very historical year. There'll certainly be a lot in the history books about the 2020s. um, and who knows, maybe kids doing history exams 30 years from now will look back and go, oh man, the 2020 chapter, Oh man, do we have to go through that one again, teach? And they're like, the teacher's like, oh, you have to, it's on the exam. Man, if you ever need, I guess, historical advice about the 2020s, and watch this YouTube series. Who knows if YouTube will still be around in 20 years' time? But yeah, I guess I'll provide some of your exam, I guess. Uh, can't really call it a cheat. You can't really call it a cheat sheet, but if you ever need, I guess, a historical focus or lens into the 2020s, or at least the second half of the 2020s, then I guess this YouTube series will count as that, this archive. Yet again, it's more, I guess, geared towards my own personal life, but I do talk about things that are currently happening around me, going back into today's topic. And yeah, I guess to like wrap things up, never stop looking at the things around you, focus on the present. Obviously, plan for the future, but I'll say take the opportunities around you. If an opportunity comes, no matter how small it is, to take it. Observe what's happening around you, and archive what's happening around you. I'll say be immersed in the moment. You might think in your head, man, all this thing's gonna happen in the future, and that can really lead to procrastination if you're just constantly thinking about what's coming next. The impact of that puts you off doing something, but really focusing on, I guess, now, what can I do now, sort of thing. And if you're looking for a job like me, I'll just say seize the opportunities closest to you. Contact friends, family. Um, Use your, I guess, social connections to look for a job opportunity or apprenticeship, or something like that. Same thing can go with anything in life, Obviously, don't exploit, but, use the opportunity around you. If a friend says, hey, I need help doing something and I'll pay you, or like a friend of a friend or an acquaintance or whatever, take that opportunity. Or if they can lead you to get another job, then take that opportunity. I guess, um, yeah, life is, I guess, all about taking risks, calculated risks, not like idiotic risks, dumb game equals dumb prizes, but, taking calculated risk and, really taking that leap forward. And I feel like that can be achieved by just looking around you and looking how to use the tools around you. Could be metaphorical. It could be metaphorical, sorry, or it could be physical tools around you to really build that, I guess, pathway. Path forward. And I guess today's little wise quote will be, could just be today's, I guess, quote unquote topic, but that would be a little bit lame. I'll just say, what can I suggest as today's little wise quote? So I guess don't throw away things just because they're old. You know, things that are old do not necessarily mean they are redundant. Yet again, I guess this is more of, I guess, my own personal perspective rather than a little wise quote, but I view it as wise. And you never know what old things might hold in value, sentimental value, economic value, and yet again, it's only when things are discarded or not attainable anymore is when we value the most. Like an autograph for an artist who is deceased will be worth a lot more than, I guess, quote unquote, a current artist who's a living, because obviously with that deceased artist, there are no autographs of that artist being made anymore. The amounts, sorry, can I speak English today? The amount of autographs is only going to decrease in time as, the ink fades or paintings might get destroyed. Who destroys paintings? I don't know. But it just remains constant, or it just like slowly dwindles, It's certainly not going up. So yeah, I'll just say value the things around you. Value, old objects, because you never know what they might be worth. And to really, I guess, have appreciation of, preserving the past. Preserving the past is extremely important. And, there's a lot of photos and videos from my childhood, which I wish that I had today, but in one way or another, they got lost over time. I'm glad I have, some videos and photos from when I was a young child, but a lot of it I remember has been lost. I remember, you know, filming stuff on old cameras that don't work anymore, and like the save all the data on it's corrupted, and I remember like deleting stuff off my phone so that I can make way for new stuff, because I didn't have, like, I guess, appreciation for the past back then, but now I do. So I rarely like delete photos and videos. I try to like archive all the important and stuff that I find sentimental. Um, and obviously, uh, taking a lot of new um, material of the present as I'm recording this, um, taking photos and videos of stuff that's been happening around me, which I know, might seem a little bit, I guess, weird to do today, like constantly filming everything, every little single aspect of your life. But I feel like in 30 years' time, or even 20 years' time, or maybe even 10 years' time, 10 years could be a pretty long time. Sometime in the future, that's going to be really valuable. And I'll like to, yet again, imagine what this archive will be viewed how this archive will be viewed in 20 years' time. How will I view my own videos in 20 years' time? Sort of thing. But anyway, I guess that's enough of me blabbing, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye. See ya. Take care. Have a great one.